Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Sarah, and in today's video we're just going to continue from last week's vlog and continue market prepping. My current plan is to have a festival, so a very large 3-day event in October. It's a tentative plan because I haven't actually signed up for it yet, but it's a long drive, so we have to plan for hotel and everything. It's not official yet, but hopefully we will get accepted and everything. But because of that, I have been market prepping like absolute crazy. I mean, it is in 4 months, so I have plenty of time. I'm trying to prep enough for a huge 3-day event. The foot traffic supposedly 100,000 people plus, which would be amazing. I went to a festival earlier in the year in April. It was about 150,000 people and sold completely out. I think the only reason I didn't sell more at that festival is because I didn't have more things to sell. For this event, we're gonna try and prep as much as I can. I want to get at least $10,000 worth of inventory, if not more. It seems like I'll be able to hit that goal in just a couple of months. Currently I'm working on turtles. I'm actually prepping the pattern right now. This pattern will be up hopefully by the time you see this video. I'm going to be doing a free tutorial for it, and then I'll be selling the written pattern in my shops for a lower price. So if you're interested in a tutorial for this turtle, go ahead and check it out. It's no-sew and works up pretty quick, and it's also a really great seller at markets. Hopefully this week we'll get into more than just turtles. I feel like last week's video was just all turtles. I'm currently writing up the pattern, so this will be the last turtle I make with the white body and the fancy colored shell. I'm going to be making a bunch in plushie yarn. I don't think I'm going to be doing it right this second just because I'm feeling a little bit tired of the turtles. Like, they work up really fast, so that's good, but you know, this will be the 10th one, and then I've also started some velvet ones, so I'm pretty burnt out and I need to mix things up a little bit. I've actually been thinking about designing a new pattern, adding another to my floppy animal series. It's like the only pattern I have out, but I'm thinking of designing a cat. So many people asked for cats when I was at my festival, so I'm gonna try and make a bunch of those. The problem is I have a really hard time designing cats, so I have to think about that and start designing. I was also thinking of making some puppies, just some generic dog. It'd be really cute as well. That's a lot of work. Like, I don't know why the cats are so hard for me, but they are. I'm still gonna try and design a pattern though. So once I finish these turtles today, I will move on to some other plushies, either my cows or I'll start designing new patterns, something like that. I'm also going to be releasing a few patterns this week. I think I'm just going to skip tester calls and just have my sister proofread them. Since she can crochet now, she can hopefully catch any issues. I'm also thinking of just writing a checklist of all the things I usually mess up on and then just going through that. These are more basic patterns, and I just don't really want to go through the whole process of testing them. I was thinking of private messaging a couple people I've worked with before as well, something along those lines, but testing for me recently has just been really difficult for me to do it. It's a lot of interaction with other people and trying to coordinate them all and get them all on the same page, and I make a promise, you know, when the pattern will release, and then my testers can't finish it by then, and it's just a lot of stress. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault at all. I completely understand that life takes priority. When this is my business, it becomes real difficult to deal with every facet of it. So market prepping and then trying to do tester calls and releasing patterns and trying to coordinate everything. For my more basic patterns, I think I will just be proofreading it very, very carefully and then having my sister proofread it, and I might private message a couple people, but for now, that's the plan. I'm going to be releasing my shark, axolotl, the sea turtle pattern, and my jellyfish pattern as soon as I can. Those ones I'll probably just be proofreading really well and then release them. I wanted to do the axolotl as a free tutorial. I already have one on my YouTube channel, so this would be the updated version. And then the shark pattern, I actually think I'll be releasing a free tutorial for it as well, because there's plenty of shark patterns out there already, so I see no reason not to release it for free. That's all my plans right now. I'm going to need to finish writing up the sea turtle pattern since I have the tutorial filmed already, so I can get the tutorial edited, get the pattern put together, and then we'll move on to the next sea creature as soon as I can. I'm currently working on some axolotls, working on some pink ones, trying to get out of the shadow. I'm gonna make 4 of these because they're always a great seller. The pink ones are the best-selling color of the axolotls, and then I'll be making at least 2 or 3 of the other colors, which I have green, blue, and purple. And I'm also thinking of doing some axolotls with, since this is double-stranded, with some white and then the base color. So there's a lighter colors, but I haven't quite decided on that yet, so we're just gonna stick with our solid colors first, and then we'll see how burnt out I am on axolotls when those are all finished. For the most part, this pattern actually works up really fast and it's super cute. I'm gonna be having my good friend Victoria over on Instagram test my axolotl pattern. She'll be testing all the sea creatures except for the shark. The shark does have sewing. It's only one in the group that has sewing, and she doesn't like sewing that much, which is totally fine and understandable. So I will just be proofreading the shark pattern as well as I can, and getting my sister to double check it for me since she can crochet now. But everything else will be just tested by Victoria and myself. I'm going to edit a bit today, so there's probably not going to be a lot of crocheting, which is lame, but I'm going to be editing at least 1 video, if not 2 or 3, and just getting them up on YouTube. And I mean, I'm already late. It's Tuesday and I was supposed to post a video yesterday and I haven't done that yet, so I'm going to edit the easiest of the bunch and then post it as soon as I can. Good morning. It is the next day. I finished a bunch of axolotls last night. I don't know that exact head count. One of each of the colors I actually had made already, so they're not what I made yesterday. Right now I'm going to be working on a axolotl in this Chanel yarn. I'm going to be filming the tutorial shortly here, and I want to make sure that this pattern works well in something that's not quite as stiff as this double-stranded velvet. If that turns out good, then I will be making more in the Chanel yarn, and this pattern works up pretty fast. I don't know exactly how long it takes, but I'll be timing it right now that I've got a good clear morning to do it. For the most part, yeah, these guys work up super fast. I'm gonna have at least 3 of each color. I made 4 of the pink because they're always the ones that sell first. 1 for each day of the 3-day event for sure. And then I was thinking of making some in the different color combinations, but we'll see how that goes. But for now, we're just gonna be crocheting with the Chanel yarn. Here's the axolotl on the plush yarn. So as you can see, the pattern does work quite well with this yarn type. I think honestly the head could be a little shorter, but once I put the gills on, it looks really fine. I mean, it doesn't look noticeable. I think this guy is perfectly fine. No adjustments need to be made, but you can see the size difference in the double-stranded velvet versus the size 6 yarn, which was to be expected, of course. I personally prefer the velvet yarn for certain items because the velvet yarn will last longer than the Chanel yarn, but I think I will be making at least a few more of these. I think they will probably be a very good hit. I haven't actually made axolotls this size before, but I do think they will do well. I'm going to make more of these, probably duplicates of all the colors. I ordered some yarn and I'm not sure, I can't remember if I ordered any yellow velvet. Hopefully I did. If I did, that means I can make some axolotls in a yellow base color, which would be really cool, but I don't know if I'll actually end up having enough if I even ordered it, so we'll just keep that on the back burner. And I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna start filming the video tutorial. I think I'll be filming the video tutorial in the Chanel yarn just because it's a little bit more clear for the gills. The gills are a little complicated. The velvet yarn can be kind of hard to see what I'm actually doing. I will be doing the gills probably with the Chanel yarn. Just have to decide on a color. Probably gonna end up doing a green for the tutorial. I think that'll be really cute in the video. That's the plan. We haven't talked in a little while. And by talked, I mean I haven't filmed in a little while. I had a pretty busy weekend, so I've just been crocheting when I can. This guy I made a while ago, but I pulled him out so that I could make this one. I always like to have one of the finished pieces if they're available, because I can compare the two, make sure everything's sewn on right and everything. The only thing this elephant needs is the tail, which I'll be putting on shortly. I also pulled this guy out because I was torn between making elephants and Highland cows, but this guy I made a while ago too, so that doesn't count. I made this guy. He turned out exactly the way I hoped. He's super cute. And then of course I finished all the axolotls. There's 4 pink ones, 3 blue ones, 3 purple, and 3 green ones, so I'm going to be packing those up shortly. These are tentacles for a jellyfish. This is actually for the jellyfish tutorial, which I'll be filming shortly. And then I got some new yarn from Hobby. This is my first time ordering from them, and these definitely are smaller than I thought they would be. The other thing is that the yarn thickness is definitely a lot thinner than Sweet Snuggles Light, so I won't be able to combine them like I originally hoped, but they are pretty. I likely won't be purchasing this yarn type from Hobby again just because it doesn't match what I'm already using. I have another order coming in soon. Hopefully it'll show up today, but there's some brown in it, which I was hoping to be able to combine with the Sweet Snuggles Light, but it doesn't look like I'll be able to do that. I also got the Honey Bunny Shine, I believe. It's really hard to see it on camera, but in person it's very shimmery. I actually used this. That's why it looks like this. This is what I worked on over the weekend. This lady is actually weighted, so she's got 32 ounces of plastic beads in her head and body. And then I gave her little baby wings so that it would add to the chunkiness of this dragon. Really hard to focus with the backlight, but I double stranded her body with some black Chanel yarn and some ombre, like a purpley acrylic yarn. I think it turned out really cute. So yeah, that's what I worked on over this weekend. This is the main project that I finished. I also made a couple little bees just for fun. I'm going to be using the rest of this yarn for that soon-ish, and then these will go in my mini bin. I'm actually thinking of upping the price of the mini bin to $7 each or 2 for $12. I'm going to have to think about that. They are originally $6 each, 2 for $10. I'll be making more of these bees. I'm going to be making a bunch of sea creatures to go in the minis bin. For now, we're just starting slow. I asked a question to the event that I'm going to on their Instagram, and they actually replied to me on Sunday, which is not what I expected, and it was really nice of them to do that. So I will be applying today, and I will be settling that. The latest that I'll learn if I'm accepted or not will be in September. There's a long way to go, and hopefully I am accepted because that'll be pretty late in the season to pick a new festival to join. I really don't want to be paying a late fee again because obviously that takes away from my profit. Hopefully we're accepted in. Cross our fingers. We have a hotel set up. Apparently at the time of the event, the hotel jumps in price and it almost doubles, which makes sense, but it's super annoying because that means I have to pay more money for the hotel. Enough complaining about stuff that's happening in 4 months. Right now we're gonna focus on crocheting. I'm gonna be clearing my desk off, and I'll probably be filming the jellyfish tutorial today. I want to get that off my plate and get it to start editing because it'll be coming out a week after this video comes out. I'm using this pink in combination with this golden color, and look how cute this is. It's so shiny and pretty. I actually put the yellow yarn downstairs because I was using it, so I had to go get it, and then I'll probably film that tutorial. Ignore the poor lighting. It's super overcast outside, but I finished this yesterday. A little pink cow. She's definitely not little. This is my own pattern, and I definitely need to get it put together because I really love it, and I'm certain you guys like it too. I'm gonna be attempting to put this pattern together. I also have a giant elephant pattern that I need to put together, but yesterday I spent my day making some Highland cows. I had all the pink yarn downstairs from when I made the giant cow, and I decided to continue using it. And look at all of these Highland cows. They're so cute. My sister and I are torn on which one's our favorite, so if you have a favorite, let me know in the comments. These guys turned out super cute. I just barely had enough of this baby pink color, so I'm gonna need to restock that very soon because I need to make some unicorns and things like that. But here's the Highland cows. This pattern is out, and it's been tested by a bunch of amazing testers, so if you don't have the pattern, you can check it out. I'll definitely have it in the description. Right now I am currently working on more bees. I've kind of been procrastinating. I've been working on it for 2 days now. I mostly worked on these yesterday, so that's why I haven't finished the bees yet. I'm just kind of slowly working on things that need to be done for the market. Here's the thing, I actually signed up for the festival, got my registration in, so hopefully we get picked and we can go. The registration fee was $180.50, so it was pretty expensive, not nearly as bad as my last festival, which was $450. I don't think this festival is nearly as big, but it does seem like there's a large draw of people that will come, so hopefully I'll make similar money to what I made at the last festival. So I registered for the event, and it was $180.50 as a registration fee, and then a processing fee on top of it. So if you don't know, larger events tend to have a processing fee. If you want to register, make sure you keep that in mind. You might need a little bit more than the booth fee actually calls for. The event is held indoors inside. It didn't look like a very big building, so I don't know how many people are actually going to be able to shop at one time, which is going to affect sales. And that's my biggest concern, being indoors. How crowded is it going to be? How tight? I've also had my most things go missing indoors. Things get stolen. So we're going to have to be really careful about keeping our stuff secure, making sure nothing gets taken. Since it's also indoors, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do as big of a table as I did for the last festival. And since I'm making more things than I am for the last festival, it would really suck if I couldn't put everything out. So hopefully when we get there, we can do a U-shaped table or an L-shaped table. I really don't want to have one 8-foot table and that's it. It's going to affect sales. It would be easier to keep track of, but I'm not going to be able to put nearly as much stuff out, and you lose sales when you don't have all of your items out. I expect to make a little bit less than the last festival. Obviously, my hopes are a lot higher than that, but I'm keeping my expectations low because you don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to be disappointed in the event, so we're just going to keep the expectations low, hope for the best. The sun just came out and I just finished filming my tutorial for the jellyfish. I did this guy for it. She's so gorgeous. I absolutely love it. The tentacles are shiny, pink and yellow, kind of like a pink lemonade. So super pretty, super cute. You can see we have a lot of jellyfish. I actually cleared out some bins and I'm going to be resorting my stuff. So give me a second and I'll show you what I actually have that I've made recently. Here is the pile of turtles. The only new one in here is the purple one, which I made for the sea turtles tutorial. Axolotls here. There's the pink one I made, the yellow, and all the velvet ones. Current project right now is making a bunch of these axolotls that I can do another tutorial. I actually made this brown cow a while ago. I just wanted to fix my zone again because I totally blew it up. If you saw my first video, I fixed it and now I have to fix it again. And of course we have all the baby Highland cows, which I also need to be putting away. I'm gonna dedicate a bin to that style doll, dedicate a bin to the turtles, and then I'll probably be putting the jellyfish and the axolotl together. They should fit in one bin. That's what we're gonna do real quick, fix my stuff, and I'm probably just going to chillax and crochet a bit more since I just finished the jellyfish tutorial. Kind of just want to do my own thing. here's where I'm at with my bees. Finally finished them. So I actually have a slightly bigger bee in this pile. It's actually not noticeable when they're all together, but I made him with the 4.5 instead of the 4mm, and I actually lost him for a minute there, and I just decided to make 20. So that's why there's 21 instead of the original 20 that I had. I think in the future I'll make 9 more and have a total of 30. That means there'll be 10 bees for each day of the event, which would be a good thing to have. Since it is a 3-day event, I can have 3 different bags for the mini bin and refill each day as needed. I'm feeling super burnt out just crocheting all of this. I want to do something different, not something that isn't huge, but I just want to take a break from these for sure. I'm just going to be putting these guys in a bag and putting them with the market stash. I'm going to clean up my workstation a little bit and we're going to have a little bit of fun. Apparently my definition of fun is finishing old projects that I set aside. So in the last market prep video you saw me working on these velvet turtles, and I decided to pause and wait for this yarn to come in for the belly. This is one finished. I think it's absolutely adorable. So this is the velvet yarn from Hobby, and apparently I either don't know how to read or I just didn't even read it at all, but this is a fingering weight. I believe that's a size 2 yarn, and I didn't realize that when I purchased it, so I was really disappointed when I got it and I realized how absolutely minuscule this yarn is, especially when you compare it to the size 4 velvet. I originally thought that this was size 4, but that's not a huge deal. Once I realized that this was actually a size 2 yarn, I felt a little bit better. But just this yarn is pretty expensive, and I didn't expect to have to double strand it. I don't know if I'm gonna be ordering again. They have a lot of different colors that the Bernat Baby Velvet doesn't have, so it's not bad if I just order specific colors, like this tan for the belly. I have 4 of these that I'm making, so I have the 2 parts here and then some more on my bed. I started with the green stomach, and then I decided to wait for the yarn to come in. I'm really glad I did because this is absolutely adorable. This pattern is a free tutorial on my YouTube channel too. It just released last week, so go ahead and check it out if you want to. Now the other thing I was working on downstairs, so my downstairs project, are some possums. I have a whole bunch of these started. I have all the heads finished, and now I'm just working on the bodies. It's been a slow process because I've been feeling burnt out, but still pushing through. I also want to make these in different colors, so some purples, pinks. I found that a lot of people like purple turtles, and I don't know the specific reason for that. If you're on the fence about making different colors, purple might be a good one to do. It is currently Saturday in the evening, so ignore the poor lighting, and if you can hear the fan in the background, just ignore that too. I am too lazy to get up and turn it off. Before I close out this video, I wanted to show off some of the things that I've made recently, either today or over the course of a few days. So the possums, these guys right here, over the course of the last couple days I've been making possums like crazy. All the heads are made for the amount I'm planning to make, but I only have 5 finished for now. I also technically have 5 left over from the market that didn't do so well. My last vlog, you might have seen it. What else I worked on today? I finished the sea turtles. Now the sea turtles were already pre-made. I just needed to do the belly here. I made 4 of those for the market. I found that out of all the sea turtles, the green and brown shell tend to sell the best. So if you only have enough time to do a certain amount of turtles, you might want to focus on those. And then of course earlier you saw the army of bees. So these guys I'm actually going to be making at least 9 more of for the market, but I need to take a break from them because they're driving me crazy. Now I also have been working on some kitties. So this is my own pattern I'm freehanding right now, but I'm working on tweaking it slightly, and then hopefully they will be a tester call for them. I just have to finalize the design. I like all 3 of these. They all have slightly different ways that I made the head specifically, so I'm going to be combining all 3 of these for the final prototype and find something that I like. So for this guy, I like the way the nose is shaped. It's a little thinner than the other ones, and I think it's a little more cat-like. But then the decreases, they're all in one round for the back of the head, so it's not as long as these other 2. But I really like the face shape of this one from the head-on angle, like the ears and stuff. I haven't decided if I like the pointier ears more for a cat or if I like them slightly more rounded. I haven't quite decided that, but I will be combining these 3 faces. All the color work and everything is very similar. That stuff doesn't really need to be tweaked. I was just having fun. So when this pattern comes out, hopefully in the next month or so, they'll have plenty of different combinations for you guys to work up. So if you're interested in that, make sure to stick around, subscribe and everything, and I'll keep you updated in my next market vlog about how the cat pattern is going. I really want to have a box of kittens at my market. I think it would be absolutely adorable. That's what I've been working on. I made this guy yesterday. This was the first one, and then the other 2 today. Finished them up. I'm gonna be making a bunch more cats, going to be finalizing the design and putting up a tester call on my Instagram. That's where I host my tester calls if any of you are interested in testing my patterns. I haven't been doing a lot recently because tester calls stress me out. Having to pick from so many amazing crocheters is one of the hardest things to do in the crochet community. I mean, it's absolutely awful. I always try and pick people who have applied multiple times and then people who I trust, but it just makes it really hard to pick you guys because there's just so many amazing people, and I'm not complaining at all. You guys keep applying. Sooner or later I'll get to everyone. It's just absolutely crazy how much support everyone wants to test, and that's just amazing. So thank you all for that. I know I've probably said so a bajillion times because I have a bad habit of saying so. The cats are next on the list for pattern tester calls, and like I said, I host them on Instagram, so go follow me over there if you're interested. Otherwise you'll have to wait for the pattern to come out, which like I said, I'll keep you updated. I want to take a second and thank you all so very much for subscribing, for following me on Instagram, for interacting with my stuff. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for purchasing patterns. If you're one of those people, you guys are absolutely amazing and you're supporting me, and that means absolutely the world to me. So thank you all. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I hope you continue to have a wonderful day, and I will hopefully see you in either my next tutorial or my next market prep vlog. Thank you guys so much for your support. Again, it just absolutely means the world to me. I'll see you soon. Bye.